Hey everyone, how you doing? We are just getting started here with our daily dose of Disney. I hope you're all having a good day. We're not going to be on too long as, there we go, that's a little better.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Walt and Steve are going to be on with sports talk on Mouse Talk, isn't it?
On Mouse Talk.
Yeah, they're on Mouse Talk. So we won't be too long for this daily dose. It's got to get in here, and this is about the only time we can do it right now to make sure that people can actually see it. And then we also have a little bit of time to enjoy the rest of the night, because the rest of the night. Hey, Carlos, thank you so much. I'm glad you had fun with that one. Remember, the rest of the night's going to be Steve's World is going to have. He's on with Mouse Talk right now. Then there's the Shep family is going to be doing his thing. Two Real Geeks will be on at midnight as for their normal stream. So it's a busy night on YouTube. But let's go ahead and get started here with the Daily Dose. It is February 22nd. Hello, Mar. Hello, 4Ks. How are you? Good to have you here. We are just getting, we just got done with Five Foolish Mortals. How was that, Ben?
Oh my gosh, so much fun. We had a lot of fun writing the show and stumping, which for me, a lot of the stuff that we put out was just general knowledge to me, Arnie and Doug. We talk Disney all the time, but gotta say, I'm amazed at how much senseless information that Arnie, Doug, and I can hold on to while stumping everybody else. That just boggles my mind.
Yeah, there's just too much. We won't even go there.
It's obscene, is what it is.
It really is. Yeah, you see Doug behind us there.
Hi, everybody. I'm on my discernible butt print.
All right, go ahead and start the dose.
Okay, hey Cody, thank you for being here. Samantha, wow, congratulations. Anyway, this day, February 22nd, 1964, at Disneyland.
Hi, Mark.
At Disneyland, the sailing ship Columbia is one of the two big ships that sits on the rivers of America. It goes around, takes guests around the river. And then they have the keel boats, they have rafts, canoes. It's a busy river. But on this day, to give people something to do when they were on the pirate ship, well, we look at it as a pirate ship because that's what they use for Fantasmic.
Yeah.
The sailing ship Columbia, they have a museum that opened on this day in 1964. You go down below decks. It's called the Below Decks Museum.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I like that museum.
Last time I went in there, they had a fake stove along with a pot of fake fish stew on the stove. So.
Yeah. Sounds like good eats to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Amy,
Hi,
how you
Amy.
doing? Okay, let's move forward to 1991. We had, if you watched Five Foolish Mortals, we talked a lot about Touchstone Films, which was then called Touchstone Pictures a little later. On this day in 1991, Touchstone Pictures released a film that starred Woody Allen and Bette Midler. The film was called Scenes from a Mall. After years of a happy marriage, the fifth years, while visiting a mall, reveal that they each had had an affair in their relationship. So, Scenes from a Mall.
That sounds enticing. Why would Woody Allen even consider having an affair?
I don't know. Bette Midler I could understand, but
No, that's Woody Allen had a notorious affair with an underage person.
of
So it's
course he
like- it's
did.
like-
I know, I get it.
Anyway,
Yeah. But that was 1991, Touchstone Pictures, Scenes from a Mall. Then 5 years later, in 1996, I mean, you just kind of take these kinds of things for granted, but there had to be a starting point for something like this. The internet was still in its infancy at this time, so in 1996 was the first time we saw Disney.com. It started as a portal for you could find all your things about Disney. Of course, it's just grown into a monster of a website now.
you know, at the same time, I was working in the marketing department at Taco Bell Corporate, and I was supporting a woman who was in charge of.
She was the marketing director, wasn't she?
She was the marketing director she was a. I forget what her exact title was, but she wasn't the lead person in the marketing department, but she was responsible for media and entertainment, mainly a lot of the tie-ins related to movies and promotions for the restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
However, she was also put in charge to make a decision as to whether or not Taco Bell should be developing a website. And at that time, she didn't see the need. She had no foresight. I was thinking, you gotta grab that domain name and start putting content on. This thing is gonna grow like crazy. But what am I? I'm just a lonely little administrative assistant with barely any experience. What do I know?
Who was treated very badly.
Yeah, yeah. We won't even get into her name, but there's a reason why her name was the way it was.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Enough said.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Anyway, on this day in 2001, something happened at Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom, Florida.
This is funny.
Yeah, this is a funny one. Well, maybe not at the time, but now you look at it and it's pretty funny. On this day at Disney World, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority people mover had to be evacuated. They shut it down. They had to evacuate it.
Hi,
Hey,
Mike.
Mike, thank you for joining. A bird's nest caught on fire on top of the Tomorrowland Transit Authority. It caused smoke. People got worried. No one was injured, but they had to evacuate the attraction.
Did they lose any eggs?
I don't know. Maybe they fried them? I don't know. Maybe they were hard boiled
Oh,
without water.
stop.
But yeah, so that was in 2001. They had to evacuate the attraction. No one was injured. So that was a good thing for them.
Thank you for dropping that link, Mike. We had a lot of fun with the trivia contest today on Five Foolish Mortals.
Yeah, actually, it was a lot of fun.
It was.
I didn't realize that our trivia was going to be that difficult for people.
I didn't
I
either.
thought a lot of the quizzes were simple. Cynthia, hello.
What we consider general knowledge in the Disney world apparently is not general enough.
Mara says that bird was sleeping in bed.
Thanks, Mara. Thank you for bringing that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so in 2010, now Disney, we've done this ourselves. Disneyland has a habit of having guests that like to camp overnight for certain things that happen there. Now we've done it ourselves. Doug's done it a few times.
Cynthia.
Y'all are too smart for us.
No. We just retain
No.
senseless information.
Yeah, yes, it is senseless.
It's the reason why my nickname is Bentanica.
Yeah, we just kind of like recall that information.
Yeah.
It's of no use to anyone at my office.
And it's just crazy stupid.
Yeah, it really is, but I love it. Thank you so much. So anyway, 2010, like I said, Disneyland has a habit. Doug, you spent the night outside with us for the 50th anniversary of Disneyland.
2005 and 2001.
Yeah, in 2001, he spent the night inside Disneyland waiting for the opening of California Adventure. But on this day in 2010, they had already made an announcement that the attraction Captain EO was going to be returning to Tomorrowland after Michael Jackson's death in 2009.
Yeah.
So the fans actually started lining up at 9 p.m. the night before so they could be there and say, I was at the first showing when Captain EO returned to Disneyland on February 23rd. So that was on this day 10 years ago. Yeah, the amazing to sleep inside Disneyland.
Yeah, it would be better if it was inside a room in a bed, but when you're sleeping on the street, not so fun.
Yeah, it was like some kind of a park bench that he slept on around the hub of Disneyland. So I think it was facing the area between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, kind of almost looking at the Matterhorn.
It was exactly there.
That's where he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, sleeping. He started walking around a little bit. He went all over the park. Saw people working, saw vehicles driving around, things like that. Had a lot of fun with it. Didn't you, Doug?
Oh, I love it. I would do it again, but I'm too old and crusty now.
I slept inside. Oh, Mike Wheeler slept inside Disneyland near the Little Red Wagon.
And
Which-
Mark called you a hobo, Doug.
Yeah, and those,
Yes,
by the way, that
I
Little
love
Red
it.
Wagon serves the best corn dogs in the world.
Yeah,
they are
they really
life-changing
do, yeah.
corn dogs.
Yeah.
So that was 2010. 2015, Big Hero 6 won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature.
It's a good film.
Yeah, it ran. That meant that there were. I need a comfortable bed. Don't we all,
Don't we
Cynthia?
all?
We all do need.
I'm
that,
in need
Cynthia.
of a new bed myself.
So 2 years in a row, Disney won Best Animated Feature. The year before, they had one for Frozen.
Wow.
So Frozen and then Big Hero 6. Speaking of Frozen, 2 years ago on this day, Frozen the Broadway musical started its previews on Broadway. It's at the St. James Theater. Yep. He fell asleep because I had 2 of them. 2 corn dogs, Mike.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, 1 is enough.
Yeah.
1's enough to make me logy. I get a little sluggish,
Yeah.
thinking, you know what? Maybe I could use a nap.
Yep.
So yeah, 2 would definitely put me under.
Yep.
And then finally on this day last year, 2019, World of Color returned to California Adventure. Now that kind of needs a little bit of explanation. Do you know what happened, Ben?
I do, but why don't you go ahead and tell our
No,
audience?
you
Okay.
tell it.
10 months prior to the date when it came back, there was a mishap with some of the stage crew that was controlling the attraction of World of Color. It was during simple maintenance that was going on where there was some exposed wiring that was on one of the platforms. And one of the workers at Disney California Adventure accidentally pushed a button which lowered the platform of all the circuitry down back into the water, and it fried the entire system, which the show had to be rebuilt, and it took them about 10 months to do.
Yeah, it was a
Just
huge,
terrible.
costly mistake.
Oh no, indeed, Cynthia.
Yeah, it was a huge, costly mistake. People were very disappointed.
Yeah.
World of Color is one of those shows that just takes a few people on the technical crew to run. 10 months to fix it. They had to replace all the circuitry in that attraction. And then they also took that time to then improve some of the jets and things like that. So they plussed the attraction.
Yeah, probably stuff that they had intended to do at some point, but then when given the opportunity, when the entire thing was down for as long as it was, I guess they just took the opportunity to help some of the effects.
Yeah. So that's all we have for the history of Disney on this day for the Daily Dose. I'd like to thank the moderators that are always here and helping us out, and our support channels, Two Real Geeks, D&G Explorers, Rob Fuzz, the Orlando Guy, and More Sunshine Please. Of course, we spent time today with D&G Explorers and More Sunshine Please. We had a lot of fun with 5 Foolish Mortals on our channel earlier today.
Lots of fun.
Disney trivia. That was lots of fun.
Yeah.
So if you missed it, go check out the replay. It was a lot of fun on our channel. And right now we have, let's see, when I heard they were in the middle of fixing it when the new projectors, yep, that's what happened. Yeah. Oh yeah, Cynthia, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for that, Cynthia. We had a lot of fun. You never know how difficult the questions are that you're writing until you start asking people who are also in the Disney community, and we take it for granted that we know all this stuff and we're sharing it with everybody, but I mean, we just assume.
Yeah.
And that's something we should not do. When we've already discussed that we may do another round of trivia at some point in the near future, and I'll try and tailor the questions to be a little bit more accessible to a more general Disney crowd.
Yeah, I have some ideas for questions already.
Yep.
I like how we know things until a quiz comes.
So true. That was so disappointing in school at times.
Oh, so true. Well, anyway, let's see. Later on tonight, we have Two Real Geeks doing their midnight stream.
Yep.
What do they call their stream? It's just Pleasure Island tonight?
It's just like a midnight show.
Yeah, they have a great time. And if you show up, make sure you tease Danny, because at some point, sometimes Mike is very good at breaking Danny.
Yeah, and Danny, or Mike, if you're available tonight.
He remembered a lot of the answers from the Daily Dose.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Well done, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. I'm so glad someone's paying attention.
Mike, if you're available and I'm available, maybe we can hassle Danny tonight, because it's been a good long time since you and I have double teamed on him. That'd be a lot of fun.
It would be. That would definitely be. I'd
Yeah.
definitely watch that. It's
All
a
right.
lot of fun to try and break Danny.
Cynthia.
Oh, well, everyone, let's go ahead and send you on over to Mouse Talk right
Yeah.
now, where they're doing Sports Night. He's doing that with Steve of Steve's World. So right now, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. I'll be back again tomorrow with another edition.
Thanks for joining us, Amy.
And in the meantime, we're also going to be doing some video edits because we have videos coming.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Life with Ben yet this week, Ben went with Sherry last weekend to go see the SpongeBob musical in San Francisco. It's a fun ride. Lots of fun on in that video.
Yeah, it's everything that Sherry and I did leading up to seeing the SpongeBob musical.
Yeah, it was
It's a lot of fun.
Hashtag sippy bottle.
Yep.
Definitely. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Go on over to Sports Night on Mouse Talk and tell them that PTV sent you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you for joining us for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney.
Sore loser.
Have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.